Hello and welcome. Before we begin, I want to invite you to take a moment for yourself because what you're about to hear isn't just content, it's life-changing wisdom drawn from the powerful words of Dr. Maya Angelou. In this video, we'll explore 5 people to avoid in old age, not in anger or bitterness, but with clarity, self-respect, and peace. If you've ever felt emotionally drained by someone in your life, if you've struggled to protect your boundaries, or if you simply want to grow old with dignity, this message is for you. So please, watch the video all the way to the end. Each point builds on the last, and you won't want to miss the final lesson. If this resonates with you, give it a like, share it with someone who needs it, and don't forget to subscribe for more soulful reflections and wisdom from Maya Angelou and other great thinkers. Your support helps this channel grow, and it helps spread messages that truly matter. Let's begin, because your peace is priceless and your time is sacred. 1. The Chronic Critic. Avoid the one who finds fault in everything you do. In the quiet seasons of our lives, especially as we grow older, we begin to value peace more than performance, calm more than applause. And yet, there are still people in our lives who carry a sharp tongue, as if their words were swords rather than seeds. These are the chronic critics, the ones who find fault in everything you do, no matter how well-intentioned. You cook a meal with love and they say it's too salty. You speak your mind and they say you talk too much. You stay silent and they accuse you of withholding. Nothing is ever quite right for them because the issue isn't really you. The issue is the lens through which they view the world. Maya Angelou once said, "You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them." The chronic critic wants to reduce you, little by little. With each jab disguised as just being honest, with every "I'm just trying to help," they chip away at your confidence, your joy, your self-expression. And if you're not careful, you start to second-guess yourself, to shrink, to walk on eggshells in your own life. But you don't have to live like that. Not anymore. See, criticism is not always harmful. In fact, healthy criticism, when offered with love and humility, can help us grow. But the chronic critic doesn't aim to grow you. They aim to grade you. And more often than not, their standards are shaped by their own inner wounds, insecurities, and unmet expectations. Sometimes the chronic critic is a family member, sometimes a longtime friend. And because of the years you've spent together, that quote is not about giving up on people. It's about giving up the illusion that you can fix people who don't see anything wrong with how they treat you. It's about choosing your mental and emotional health over unnecessary stress. You deserve to be surrounded by people who see your light, even when it flickers. People who celebrate your efforts, not just critique your outcomes. As we get older, our time becomes more sacred. Our energy becomes more precious. And the people we allow into our space should add to our peace, not subtract from it. So, how do you handle a chronic critic? You do it with boundaries, not bitterness. With silence, not surrender. You let their words land outside your spirit, like rain on a window, heard, but not absorbed. You say, kindly but firmly, "I appreciate your opinion, but I'm learning to trust my own judgment." Or, "Let's speak with kindness," or "not at all." And if they don't change, then you change the access they have to your life. Because Maya also said, I not only have the right to stand up for myself, I have the responsibility. You owe it to the version of you that's still healing. You owe it to the younger you that stayed silent. And you owe it to the older you, the wiser, softer, more discerning soul you are becoming. In the end, aging isn't just about counting years. It's about counting what counts. And peace? That counts more than the approval of someone who never saw your worth in the first place. So, choose peace. Choose yourself. And walk gently away from the voice that only knows how to tear down, never build. Number 2, the emotionally cold. If their presence makes your soul shrink, let distance grow. There comes a time in life, especially as we grow older, when we begin to crave something deeper than noise. We crave warmth. Not the warmth of the sun or a room heater, but the warmth of presence. A kind word, a gentle glance, a feeling that says, "You matter here." But then there are people who make you feel cold, even when the room is warm. They don't shout, they don't insult. No, they withdraw, withhold, dismiss. These are the emotionally cold, the ones who shut the door not with words, but with silence. They're the ones who don't ask how you are, who don't say thank you, even when you pour yourself out, who sit across the table and still make you feel alone. When someone constantly withholds affection, attention, or care, it leaves a mark, a silent wound, and it forces you to ask, am I expecting too much, or are they giving too little? Let's be clear. Emotional warmth is not about being overly expressive or dramatic. It's about presence, intentionality. It's about someone looking you in the eye and saying, I see you. If you keep showing up for someone who never shows up for you, that's not love. That's emotional debt. And you don't need to carry that burden in the final chapters of your life. Maya also said, never make someone a priority when all you are to them is an option. It's okay to love people from a distance, to smile when you see them, but stop pouring into a cup that's always turned upside down. If you're constantly feeling cold in someone's presence, step back and warm yourself by your own fire. Surround yourself with people who bring light into your space, not shadows. Aging gracefully means choosing connection over obligation, peace over pretense, warmth over indifference, and remember, just as you deserve to be heard, you deserve to be felt, genuinely, fully, warmly. 3. The guilt thrower. Don't let guilt age you faster than time. Some people don't raise their voices. They don't argue. They don't openly disrespect you. Instead, they use something far heavier, guilt. Not the kind that makes you reflect, grow, or make peace. No, this is weaponized guilt. The kind that makes you doubt yourself, even when you've done nothing wrong. These are the guilt throwers, those who make you feel responsible for their mood, their mistakes, their disappointments. And they carry a skillful talent, twisting love into obligation. Maya Angelou once said, I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. And guilt? Guilt reduces you. It makes you carry weight that doesn't belong to you. It makes you say yes when your soul is begging for a no. It makes you show up again and again for people who rarely show up for you, except when they need something. You see, guilt is powerful, especially when it's tied to people we care about. Family, old friends, even adult children. They say things like, after everything I've done for you, you never call anymore. You used to be different. But their words aren't really about you. They're about control, about keeping you in a loop of emotional repayment for debts you never owed. As we grow older, we must recognize the difference between love and leverage. True love never guilts. It invites. It honors. It respects your limits, your time, your truth. You are not here to carry everyone's disappointment. You are not the keeper of every broken expectation. You don't need to argue. You don't need to explain every boundary you set. Sometimes the healthiest thing you can say is, "I love you, but I cannot carry this for you anymore." Or simply, "That may be how you feel, but it's not mine to hold." Old age should be a return to freedom, not a deeper descent into emotional chains. Surround yourself with people who give without strings, who ask without expectation, who love you not for what you do, but for who you are. Because peace isn't passive, peace is earned. And guilt? Guilt will keep you from it unless you learn to step away. So take this moment to free yourself. You do not owe guilt a seat at your table. Number 4, the chaos maker. Let peace be your protest. Some people walk into the room and the air shifts, not because of their presence, but because of their energy. Tension, drama, fireworks. There's always a new problem, a new feud, a new storm waiting to unfold. These are the chaos makers, the ones who carry confusion like a badge of honor. Wherever they go, something always seems to go wrong. And if you're not careful, you'll get caught in their whirlwind, over and over again. Maya Angelou warned us gently, each person deserves a day away in which no problems are confronted, no solutions searched for. But the chaos maker won't give you that day. They live in a constant state of unrest and expect you to live there with them. They call you only when they need to vent. They pull you into their arguments. They complain about everyone but never look inward. And somehow, even your silence becomes part of their drama. The older we get, the more sacred our peace becomes. We've been through enough fires. We've healed from enough wounds. We no longer need to audition for roles in someone else's soap opera. And yet, the chaos maker keeps casting us into scenes we never asked to be in. Sometimes they come wrapped in the disguise of family. Sometimes it's an old friend who's never evolved. And sometimes it's someone you love deeply, who doesn't yet realize the damage they bring into every room they enter. But you must ask yourself, how many more years can I afford to give to noise? Because time is no longer measured by the calendar. It's measured by peace, and chaos is expensive. You may think, but I've known them for years, or that's just how they are. But longevity doesn't justify toxicity, and understanding someone is not the same as enduring them. Maya also said, "You alone are enough. You have nothing to prove to anybody. You don't need." It might look like unanswered calls, like choosing not to attend every argument you're invited to, like saying, "I'm not available for this conversation right now," or "I need peace more than I need to be involved." It's not cold. It's clarity. You can still pray for them. You can still wish them healing, but you no longer have to sacrifice your stability to be their emotional crutch. Remember, peace is not a passive state. Peace is an active choice. And if Maya were here, she'd likely remind us that every moment we protect our calm, we protect our health, our joy, our longevity. So let peace be your protest. Let stillness be your strength. And let distance speak where words no longer work. because your later years should not be spent untangling someone else's chaos. They should be spent planting gardens, laughing softly, and sitting in the gentle company of those who bring light, not lightning. 5. The one who dismisses your worth. Old age is not invisibility. It is your crown, worn in full view. There's a quiet kind of wound that doesn't bleed. It's the feeling of being ignored, interrupted, dismissed, of speaking and someone talking over you, of sharing a thought and watching eyes glaze over, of showing up fully and being treated like you barely exist. This is what it feels like to be in the presence of someone who dismisses your worth. They don't need to insult you. They just minimize you, shrug at you, overlook you. They roll their eyes when you speak. They chuckle at your opinions. They act as though your value has an expiration date. But let me say this as clearly as possible. You are not invisible. You are not past your purpose. You are not done. Maya Angelou reminded us, I not only have the right to stand up for myself, I have the responsibility. And standing up for yourself doesn't always mean raising your voice. Sometimes it means removing yourself from spaces where your light is dimmed. It means choosing presence over performance and dignity over toleration. You see, the person who dismisses your worth doesn't always do it out of malice. Sometimes it comes from ignorance. Sometimes from their own discomfort around aging, or from a society that teaches us to idolize youth and overlook experience. But just because the world forgets to honor elders doesn't mean you have to forget your own worth. You are the sum of your stories, the lessons life taught you, the love you gave when no one saw, the wisdom you carry quietly in your bones. There is nothing less than about growing older. In fact, it is one of the boldest, most beautiful things a soul can do, if you do it awake, if you do it with pride. Maya once said, sometimes the person who dismisses your worth hides behind sarcasm. Relax, it was just a joke. Don't be so sensitive. You always take things the wrong way. But you're not imagining it. They are brushing you off. They are mocking your voice, and you don't have to take it anymore. You are allowed to speak up, to say, please don't talk to me that way. I deserve to be taken seriously. If you can't respect me, I won't stay in this conversation. And if they still choose dismissal, then you choose distance. Not because you're bitter, but because you've learned that peace doesn't grow in the shadow of disrespect. Maya Angelou also said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And the truth is, the one who constantly makes you feel small is not someone you need close as you grow older. You deserve to be around people who see you, not just the surface of you, but the soul of you. People who listen with both ears and speak with both kindness and clarity. People who pull out a chair for your voice at the table of life and say, you're not done. You still matter. Your presence here is a gift. So here's your reminder, in case no one told you lately. You are not too old to be respected. You are not too late to be heard. You are not too far along to be honored. Old age is not invisibility. It is your crown, worn in full view. Wear it boldly and leave behind the ones who cannot bow to its beauty. You've heard the 5. Not just 5 types of people, but 5 silent thieves of peace, dignity, and joy. As Maya Angelou taught us, nothing can dim the light which shines from within. So protect that light. Let this video be your permission slip to choose better, to love yourself enough to walk away, to honor the years you've lived by spending your remaining ones surrounded by peace, respect, and warmth. If this message spoke to you, even just one part, don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs this reminder, and subscribe to this channel for more soulful content inspired by Maya Angelou and other voices of wisdom. Because this isn't just a video, it's a movement, a reclaiming of the self, a return to inner dignity. And your voice, yes, yours, is part of it. So leave a comment below. Which of the 5 did you recognize most in your life? We're listening. We're learning together.